What's happening, everybody? My name's Kevin, and today we're at Willow Springs International Raceway racing the Toyo Viper in TT1. Got out of my first session. We're here at NASA. This whole morning was incredibly difficult. I can't even begin to explain how frustrated and nervous I was that I wasn't going to be able to get out. I came to registration, I paid, I was in time trial, everyone knows that. We're good to go in time trial run group. Went to my meeting, came back, oh, I forgot, I need a transponder. She said, oh, we don't have any transponders. I'm sorry, you have no transponders? No, we're out, sorry. Okay, so maybe I can go out anyways. No, you need a transponder to go out. Oh, okay, well, maybe I can use my aim time, like just for qualifying, nothing official. No, we don't allow you to do that. Oh, okay, so I just paid you the whole weekend in advance. You guys don't have transponders, and I can't go out, even to just drive. And they said no. So I've been frantically going around asking everybody if I could borrow a transponder, give it back to them at the end of my session, go back and forth. If they had a spare, I could buy it from them, rent it from them, whatever. And I ended up missing my first session, which totally sucks because that's the primo session. Gives you a chance to warm up, get everything good to go before the second session. It still has decent weather typically. So long story short, my good friend Christian Burke, no relation, his friend Greg had a transponder, and he's in the HDPE group, and he was willing to swap it with me. So I have to come in early and swap transponders with him. So I was able to go out just now, session 2. The car has brand new brake pads, brand new alignments, lots of changes. It feels good. The brake pads definitely need to be bedded in, so I'm really fighting with that. There's one on my flyer lap. There was an instance where I'm coming into turn 9 and I hit the brake and it actually gets sideways, and I can only imagine it's because the ABS system didn't like that maybe one pad was bedded in better than the other, so on and so forth. Oh, we sent a big off. at 9 here. So I'm fighting a lot with that. And no, he's good, he's good. Fighting a lot with the brakes, but I took an extra lap or so and just bedded them in, slowly depressing the brake, getting up to temp, and coming in. So we should be better next session. Today's a little bit of a different day. There was only one person in TT2, which is where I typically compete, and where we've been pretty much undefeated the last 4 events. We decided to take the ballast out and run in super under-prepped TT1 class, because most of those guys I fight with anyways when I'm in TT2, so I figured let's make it official. Let's go for a TT2. I think there's 7 or 8 people in TT1 now, so excited for that. Currently we are leading the pack in TT1, which is surprising because Will Watanwan Curry and he's from WRR, a friend of mine, very good driver, is in his 911 GT3 with Goodyear 3Rs, and we all know the Goodyear 3Rs are a hell of a tire. So we're fighting back and forth. I was able to take him by 0.4 of a second, I believe. I'll put it down below what it ended up being, but it's right now it's me in first, him in second, and I think it's Chris Bennett in third. I have to check third, but I'll let you guys know below. But great competition, actually, me moving up to TT1. Everyone's a lot closer, and it's a little more touch and go. I'm gonna podium or not, which I like. It's more fun. So we are out. So the changes we made to the car, let's go over and check out the changes I made. So the changes we made to the car is we put fresh Toyo RRs, of course, and then we did new brake pads. These are DTC 70 rear, DTC 80 fronts. We need to bed them in, get them a little bit used to. The bite is a lot different than I'm used to. It's a lot more up front, and you can't really over brake. You need light pressure on these brakes. So I actually forgot about that a couple times, but hopefully we bedded in, should be better now. What else we did is we were seeing a little melting over here on the exhaust, and it was falling down. So we added Eddie from Rockstar, did all of the heat wrapping, and then he also tack welded just a little tiny tack weld to hold it stop from drooping, because it was melting a lot of the plastics, which we don't want on this car. Other than that, we did mess with the alignment a little bit. We kept the same camber. We don't have a ton of camber in this car, just because I don't really know, but we can't get a lot of camber in this car. But we're at negative 1.8 in the front, about negative 1.7 in the rear, and then we're at we're at 0 toe rear, and then a little bit toe in front to give a little more stability on entry, which it feels pretty good. No, we're towed in the rear, 0 toe in the front. Sorry. Okay, what else we did is we removed the passenger seat, which whoop-de-doo-dah, that's probably, I don't know, 25, 30 pounds, a very lightweight, non-power seat. But we also got rid of the ballast we had in the car. We had 130 pounds of ballast, and I had to have this car at a full tank at all times in order to fit in TT2. So now we have a lot more breathing room, because at my current weight, I can make 750 horsepower and still fit in TT1. Yes, you heard that. I can make 750 wheel horsepower and still fit in TT1. That's how under-optimized this car is currently. Or either that, or we can run Hoosier A7s and make about the same power, a little bit more, actually. So the car actually fits beautifully in TT1. It's just we want to run with the Toyos. We want to kind of see what we can do with that setup. We did a 126.4 officially, a 126.3 I think on the AIM. 25 absolutely in the car. I'm overslowing for turn 1 and turn 2. The Omega, I can clean that up quite a bit. The exit in Omega is interesting. I'm bogging in third, but I think that's the only way to do it. Just get on throttle early and bog through third. Turn 8 and 9. 9, I feel like I'm right at the limit. 8, I'm pretty much flat out, getting a little sideways at 140. So I think I'm at the limit there. So I got the other side to pick up some time. It is gonna get hotter, so the lap times will drop, but I feel like my driving will improve, and we'll be able to see a 25 today. That's my prediction. That's my prediction, that we'll see a 25 today, maybe a high 25. I don't think we'll get in the 24s, but we'll see. I'll check in with you guys after session 3, or my second session, since I didn't get the first one. Session 2, we were able to go out and stomp out a 126.1 officially with a pretty big mistake. Still don't have a ton of confidence in the car. The car's braking, kind of odd. But, you know, we're working up there. Definitely would have been a 25 this morning if I was able to go out, I think. 1/10 away, 2/10 away. Definitely possible. I relocated to a better area, so I can hang with all the buds. You know, Patrick behind me, you've seen him in some of the other videos in the TT2 ratty Mustang, the salvage title Mustang. But yeah, so we went out. My lap 1, session 3, well, session 2, my second session, but the official session 3. We come out of turn 9, and Chris Bennett, who's always behind me, we're always really close when I was in TT2, and now we're really close when I'm in TT1. It's always on my ass. I check my mirrors to make sure he's still there, and I see a big cloud of smoke off of turn 9, which is where you do not want to go off. So I immediately got in my head that something bad happened, because whenever he's fine, but I immediately looked at my mirror to make sure that there was a silver Corvette the correct side up and not the wrong side up. And I look forward, I'm looking up, I'm looking for him, and then I put my eyes down, I'm going 140 into turn 1, and I just way missed the braking zone and just completely annihilate that lap. And remember, I only get 2 laps, so I only got 1 lap out that session. I don't think I'm gonna go out again today. I think I'm gonna save the car and the tires for tomorrow morning, because that's when we're gonna get that 25, I think. So I wanna try and be conservative with the wear on everything, really, and try and go out and send it tomorrow morning for that 25, that magical 25 lap, because right now I know tomorrow's going to be a bigger fight. We have the first place currently, I believe this is the unofficial results, me and TT1 with a 126.1, second place Chris Bennett in his C6 Z06 with a time of it was a 1 minute 26.6, I believe. And then in third place we have Will Watson Curry with a 127.2, I believe is what he did in that third session. Will had a tough time. He actually did a 126 in session 1, but then session 2 came around and he was late to grid and they wouldn't let him out. He was late by like only, I think, 10 minutes. So he missed session 2, which is really the money session. Kind of bummed about that. It would have been a really great battle between Will and I think. But it's still a great battle between Chris and I. So pretty jazzed right now. First time in TT1. I did not expect to win this, full disclosure. I thought that, especially at this particular track, a lot of the higher horsepower cars in TT1 just dominate. And I'm about 200 horsepower low as far as what's legal in my class to run. But yeah, the Torco Viper is performing admirably. It's not burning a drop of oil. Shocker. Again, we're running the SR5R oil, and this type of oil is actually a Group 4 and a Group 5 base mix, which is kind of fascinating. I'm learning more and more about the oils and all that and how that works. And the batch blending of all the Torco products is kind of unheard of in this industry. They create the oil in smaller batches. That way they have a greater quality control over what the Centistokes, like what are they're supposed to be for a 5W30, because there's lots of ranges when you start to look at the Centistokes of a racing oil. But because they do it in small batches, they keep checking it, making sure it's right in line. So, you know, to put that in perspective, they make it in probably 100 to 500 gallons, where the big guys make them in, you know, 10,000 to 30,000 gallons. So a little bit more peace of mind with that. And that's why I think they really are the best oil out there right now. So back to this, I think we're gonna hang out. Thank you to all of my friends that helped me look for a transponder. It was a huge help, and it was real stressful for me this morning. I was not in a good place. That's why I wasn't really vlogging. So doing better now. We're in a better spot. I gotta find a hotel tonight because I didn't bring any camping stuff. I probably should actually just camp out right here with all the buds, but I always end up driving to a hotel. So yeah, other than that, nothing real to report in the Viper. Let's see if we can keep this first place. There's still one more competitive session. Usually it's at the end of the day and no one really goes faster, but Will's probably definitely gonna go out and try and go faster than me, because that's how he is. Him and I are very similar, very competitive. So I would do it if I was him. So we'll see. All right, I'll keep you guys updated through that. I did end up going out the last session. I saw my buddy Will gearing up to go out, so I felt the need to go out and defend a little bit because yeah, I was worried. I'm not gonna lie. So went out. We went about the same, 126.5. He did 126.8, which for him is an official 126. So he is, I believe the final results are myself in first place with 26.1, Mr. Chris Bennett in his C6 Z06 with a, whatever, I'll put it on the screen, with a fast lap just shy of mine by like 2/10, a 126.6, and then Will with a 126.8. So 2/10 each podium member. So TT1's where it's at. A great competition today. Really, really close competition. Can't wait for tomorrow. We have another event tomorrow. So if you're interested in seeing that event, please like, subscribe, maybe, you know, put on a notification bell if you're into that kind of thing. That'd be cool. So please try and do that. And yeah, go on Torco's website, see what they got, because again, I'm gonna do a soft sell here. Any oil company that's cool enough to support a grassroots racer in time attack is probably the coolest company out there. But they have lots of great products, and we talked about the batch blending earlier. I'm just blown away the more I learn about Torco and their products. So anyways, it's another win. Join us next week for the Sunday edition with the same track, but everyone's a little more well-versed. People usually go faster day 2. So right now I am going to enjoy a glass of tequila with Chris, because we're tight like that. That's the cool thing about time attack. There's no competition. We're all friends here. We're all trying to see if we go faster. And I'm going to go over data with him, see if I can get him to go faster tomorrow. But not more than 2/10 faster.